Hey guys, this is Garies. Welcome back to another episode of Survival Overdone. I hope it's going good with you guys because it's not going great with me. I have some stalkers down below and they are fun. Okay, so I lost a whole video. My previous episode I recorded, I lost. So this is going to be, might be a bit of confusion going through. So in the previous episode that went actually live, we built this nether spawner, an automated spawner and killer, and it automatically gets some nether stars for us. Hello. And you saw me that I put the chest over here and I dumped everything in the chest and the things needed to build the wither. And automatically it builds a wither for us and we get the stars underneath. So I moved it over here and let me get a conduit or a wrench or anything. Okay, I want to show you guys what I've been up to. Okay, so I've put the cables all around here, not in the roof as I originally planned, because then all the machines can stand here and I don't have to root through the glass, even though the invisible conduit can do that. So that we've done covered. I've moved some of the chests and I did some of the sorting, automated sorting, etc. And okay, so with the mining we are getting a bunch of redstone. Well, so much so that it's too much, so I started crafting redstone blocks. That was still at the old base and I decided to use that for power generation. Oof, I forgot there was another one by this door. So that is why I said we have some stalkers. Okay, let's just get rid of them, then they are gone. Oops, wrong corner. Okay, so we did quite a few things on camera in the last episode that is now lost. I'm sorry for that. Actually, the video is not lost, the sound is lost, and voice overing and all that is not good enough for me. So we did a whole setup with Gelid Cryotheum, as I mentioned. So I decided, because Gelid Cryotheum is a thermal foundation product and you can only get it from the magma crucible, which is thermal foundation or expansion. It's made with fused quartz, nether brick, copper, redstone reception and excuse me, machine frame. I decided that we're going to do everything with thermal foundation. So, and since I in the past decided I'm going to use the redstone blocks, if you go here and you press U for use, you will see here in the innervation dynamo it produces 640,000 RF. So it only produces at 40 RF per tick, but it produces a bunch of power, more than enough to run this magma crucible that runs 40 RF per tick. It's taking cryotheum dust and converting it for us into Gelid Cryotheum. So, and where we're getting the cryotheum dust from is we have an autocrafter over here that takes a bliss powder, redstone and the snowballs and it crafts it out into cryotheum dust for us. So I'm using a buffering single item only, so it doesn't stack as with our other recipes. Maybe we should make that also only one, might actually be good. So this is our bliss spawner and our bliss farmer, and those get the blizzes for us, or the bliss rods. And then we take a bliss rod and we go to a sag mill, we dump it in and it produces 4 bliss powder for us. So that is quite a lot. So we can get a bunch of that. So this is a bit of manual process, but the nice thing is the generators, it doesn't take a lot of Gelid Cryotheum. So I don't know if you remember, we are producing, or we did produce 560 RF per tick with water and with Gelid Cryotheum as well. So I went through the recipes and I checked with the rocket fuel and water. Okay, this is a normal combustion generator, not the enhanced one. We're producing 480 micro infinity per tick, which is RF per tick. But it says here the water usage, or with water we get 2 to 9 ticks per millibucket. Okay, worth of usage out of this. But I didn't mean to go away. But if we go look at the Gelid Cryotheum recipe, we get 81 ticks per millibucket. So it means this just lasts longer than water, which we don't care about because water is infinite that we produce through there. So it's really easy to make. So yeah, I'm not sure why we're doing that. So I might stop that system and still going to use this generators maybe, or dynamos, and also the blocks of redstone is also getting auto-crafted through this system, because then this is only a standard drawer of 32 stacks, so we will always have 32 stacks of this while we have redstone. So okay. Oh, and we're still using our Terra Steel armor. This looks awesome. It seems that the healing pendant is draining our mana tremendously, so I cleared that, or I took that off and just used the normal crimson pendant, which will help when we get burned or something. And also you'll notice we're not lagging anymore. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We are now in single player. I downloaded the server from the map from a server, and we are now running 100% offline. So even if my internet for some reason croaks, we will still have connectivity, and we can still still play and record, so we don't lose any time. So also what we set up was the automated timing for this. Remember, we did this with the comparators and so on. So in place of running cable all the way up, I thought let's put a redstone transmitter. So this one basically just connects to the top one and will send a signal, and it will stop mana generation. So that is awesome. I love it that that's automated. So automation for win. Okay, but look at that skeleton here. It looks like he has a nice bow. Haha, can't get me. Okay, so getting back down here. So since we can't generate more power, I thought the Gelid Cryotheum will let the generator run cooler, and in turn it will actually produce more power. So we are not generating enough power or tremendous amount of power, but we do use a bunch of it, especially if we run any one of these spawners. So all of them are off, so I would like to let this one run so that we can get some heads going, so we can get more nether stars. This one, gunpowder, is, so we still have some dead spots, and we need to get the glowstone in here, and we need to cover that still. Cryotheum is not a priority anymore. So also I just want to mention this as well. I think this is the last thing I'll mention from a previous episode that we missed, is these are the what do you call it, the facades, conduit facades. So I had to make a bunch of them, and to make them you need gravel and sand and clay. So gravel we only had like 100, and then I went here and I checked to see what recipe we can use to get more gravel. So this thing is actually not too bad. You can take cobblestone and the explosive powder from blood magic, but I don't want to go into blood magic yet. Maybe, I'm not sure, we'll see in the future. But over here with industrial foregoing, it says here you give it cobble and it can crush it into gravel. So that is awesome. So in a previous episode we also made that a material stonework, but the thing is you don't give it cobblestone, it just generates gravel for you, which I believe is kind of OP. So please tell me in the comments down below, guys, what you think about this. I will destroy this block, I don't mind. So it's been running a bit between last episode and this, or should be last episode and this. So we've climbed up to 1000 with about 1200. So we are ahead where we were. But unfortunately that does feel a bit cheaty for me, because you can also make sand with that. So I don't think I want to use it, but I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe we'll get it. So, and clay, the only place I've found that we can get clay is also from blood magic, which that's why I say might go into that, but not really. And then everything else is basically just a recipe to get clay from a clay block. And this, I'm not sure where we get this from, because I have not seen this in our inventory yet. So that's interesting. So let's block that. I want to put this. Why is flint climbing? Are we running out of space for flint? Where is flint? Flint. Huh. 2000. Yes, let's increase the flint a bit. So we'll take that away. One should be enough, and then we can void it after that. Okay, now it will be 64 stacks. Okay, so that is going to rails. Will rails be under redstone or general structures? Let's put it under general structures. Okay, something you guys don't know about the mod pack is morph. You can morph into different creatures. So I've been using this recently with this setup, so that I can access this from below. And then we get out of morph. And then if we drop this into a sorting chest, I wonder where that came from actually. Does that Aurora's world have structures generated? And there it is. So I'm trying to clean out the intake dimensional chest. What's it called? Ender chest. Man, can't think today. So I'm trying to clean this so that this doesn't get backlogged. And also the infinity dust. We are so in a clear with infinity dust. I've upped my generation when we needed to build that. Stop it. I'm not tired of you. You're going to die. This bow is OP. And this armor is OP. I almost thought I'll go with that other armor. Wyvern armor. But I tested this in an off-cam or in my test world. And this is OP. When it's charged... Oh, that's another thing we did in the previous episode. When this is charged, which is formal, and that's only the helm. The chest is formal, legs is formal, and the shoes is formal. It's for 16 million RF that it needs to charge. But when it's charged, it has a shield. And nothing in Minecraft can touch you. Not the wither, not the dragon, nothing. I went to the dragon and I tested it out and it didn't do anything. But the last thing that we did in the previous episode that we talked about in the actual previous episode, if that's not too confusing, is that we made a better capacitor. Excuse me, because the one from Ender.io unfortunately only holds 5 million RF. So we were looking at the Flux capacitor. So this is where the Wyvern one also came in, which is 64 million, which isn't terribly expensive to make. But I'm not going to go with Wyvern stuff, it's way too OP for now. We'll give it a bit before we get there. So we looked at this Flux capacitor. So this is the lowest tier to the highest tier. From the lowest tier it's 1 million RF, 4 million, 9, 16 and 25. So it's not terribly expensive to make. The lowest tier is just lead, copper, redstone and sulfur. Second one is Invar and tin, and you use a previous one. So Invar is easy to get, you just use nickel and iron. The third tier is also easy to make, it's fused quartz and electrum. Electrum is gold and silver. The fourth tier is Cryotheum dust, which we already been making then, and signalum, which is copper, silver and redstone. And then the last one is Enderium ingot and Pyrotheum, which is blaze, redstone and sulfur, which is not difficult. Enderium is Enderium base with sand. Enderium base is lead, platinum and interpolls. And we made one in the previous episode. We just never came to collect it because we started running out of power when we started charging this. We used the Pyrotheum dust for the Gelid Cryotheum and it did not enhance our power generation, unfortunately. So I decided, and I told you guys in the previous episode, that we will have to increase our power production in some way or another. And the nice thing about this thing is you can have it as a bobble. Let's see, so you shift click it. Oh cool, it has a light on it. Change charge mode, charging equipment. Okay, so we can put it as a bobble. And it says any, so it can go at any slot. So we don't have anything using charge now at the moment. Maybe just this one. Okay, let's use it a bit. Let's go to the in portal. No, not the in portal, sorry, the nether. Because crossing dimensions. It already charged it. Wow, that thing is fast. Let's go home. Already charged. Man, that is awesome. It literally already charged. Okay, that was the best decision. And it's not that expensive. I don't know why I didn't go there that way sooner. The thing is, I like Ender.io so much that I don't really mind the other mods. Won't say I don't care about them, but as you see, I will go when there's a need for it. I like the thermal expansion. It's quite a good mod. It's a nice early game. You can start with it and you can go through it to mid late game with it. But anyways, back to the point now. So Cryotheum did not make that our power get increased, power production get increased. So I just told you guys that I will look into this deep resonance because these crystals have power, but I do not know it and I've never played with it. So I've been playing for a few hours now in my test world just before starting this episode, and that is what's going on here. Added down, toggle down, fold, kept it daytime. Okay, here's where I loaded up this world again. Okay, so quickly going through it, we get the resonating ore. and there's only basically you can just smelt it, use it for this, and the ore also gets smelted. And use the smelter, gets smelted, and it will produce a liquid for us. Okay, so, and apparently there's radiation. We do not want radiation. Okay, so let's smelt a stack or two, just for crafting purposes. And I think everything will route back automatically. Oh wow, we get a lot. Could have just used a stack. Everything will come back to here. Great. Okay, so let's grab a stack. And let's start this power production. I think it will be more than this episode can handle because I've been talking your ears off. Deep resonance. Okay, so we will need a few of these blocks. They say it can be in any... Also, what's nice about this, each one has a tooltip explaining to you what they do. So that's kind of cool. So we can just go ahead and make these. I'm going to make 9 of these. Okay, 9 of these. A generator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Everything uses a block. Okay, except for lens, so 10. So we're going to make 10 of these resonating blocks. So stone. Well, there should be enough of this now. Let's grab a stack of stone and a stack of iron, and let's make 10 of these. Nope. Okay, well, I made 11. Okay, so we'll make 9 of these, so guess what? We'll just grab a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to take more because we won't be able to replace it because Autocrafter just pops them back again. Okay, and gold nuggets. We do not have a lot of gold nuggets. Let's grab a few ingots. Actually, we need a bunch more emeralds. I think I'll need to go mine in the extreme hills again. Okay, so we need this. This. Hey, 9 exactly. 9. Oh yeah, because the redstone was great. Okay, so we have that. We need a bunch more of that. My calculations was out. I think then only 8, maybe 9, don't know. So we'll need a generator controller, which we need a comparator for. Let's grab that. We have stone. Let's get sticks. Let's get some of this. It's easy crafting if it's like that. 2, 3. Get one of these. One of these. Okay. Then we'll need this. We need gold. Okay, and then the crystallizer, glass. I think we'll need a few more glass actually. Oh, that materials works can also make you glass, which is actually OP, I believe. Just for power, and I'm not sure. Crystallizer, purifier. We're going to need 2, so we need to make 2 of these. Okay, gravel, sand. I don't have charcoal over here, right? Where's the charcoal? Let's go grab. Let's use charcoal. I want to use charcoal. Well, let's just take a stack. Yeah, I know I threw away some of that. So let's take a stack of each. And let's make, because we are going to need a bunch of that purifiers. Dispenser. Oh, we need 2 bows. Interesting. Which isn't expensive actually, so let's just make it. More sticks and cobblestone. Okay, purifier. We need... No. What did I use? Oh, maybe the pedestal. The pedestal breaks it down automatically. Okay. I think that's all we need for now. But the thing is, this says it makes radiation. So I do not want to have radiation at my base. Just want to see what we can put away, put away, put away, put away, put away. Okay. Put this away. This away, and we can put this away. Actually, we have also in the sorting system. Just want to show you guys. I've also have conduits running all the way here, so all these are also connected, and we can dump stuff in here as well. So that's kind of cool. Okay, they also said if an explosion happens near the crystal that you generate power from, it might cause a bigger explosion. So this is directly underneath ground, and this is where the spawners is, so I don't want to have possibility of explosion there. What would you guys say we go down here? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Wait. So it's the floor of the ceiling. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get Mr. Me creeps out. And we say,
"Oh, I'm Mr. Me Creeps."
Flatten area 11 by 11 is fine. Okay, you sneak right click and it will complete the or repeat the command. Okay, while they do that, let's get some torches for preparation. Okay, they're done. Okay, happy. Okay, let's light up the place quickly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Free. How's the area lit? Ooh, that looks bad. Just put in the middle, see if that helps at all. Okay, one in the center, not too bad. Okay. So with that, I think that goes there. Let's dump these other guys. Okay, so this is a interesting setup it works from. Gate wall. Maybe we should just take this away. Need to get some energy cables. So our energy cable's done. Okay, let's make a few more. We use this, then we get vibrant ingots. That should be enough. Enough for now, that is. Because we are going to use power and produce power as if it's if there's no tomorrow. Okay, so this is a corner. I just want to have a visual reference underneath. We might need to clear a bit more out this way. 2, 3. Where's my semi creeps? Okay, maybe we should call it and continue in the next episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, I'm Mr. Meat Creeps. Look at me.
9 by 9. 9 by 9. 9 by 9. 9 by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Wow. Don't know why there's lag actually. That's not how it should be. Okay, let's just see. So I believe one there and one there should be good enough. Okay, so now we know where this is going to be. Okay, take this off. Okay, so first of all, we are going to have a base to work this off of. Okay, that looks good, right? This one comes out, this comes a controller. Okay, this one is going to get a redstone signal, also from our generator, or not our generator, our monitor. Okay, we do not have a lift down there yet, but we will have soon. So the monitor sends out a signal when it's less than 60%. You know what? Because it's the same power grid, we can put another monitor down here and it will monitor the power grid, because I only want to switch this thing on once the power drops below 30% and then it switches on. Okay, so then this thing pulls the power from the crystal. Okay. Know what, we might actually want to go back one further and then put the crystal down here, because the thing is we need to encase this in obsidian for radiation purposes. Okay, right. Okay, so that's that thing. That's what those crystals we have. Let's go, let me show you the crystals. We're going to use them for other things because they're not very good. See, purity and power and strength and efficiency, and those things matter, and that is what gives you more radiation. And I tested out to make your own crystal. It's quite extensive, but we'll do that in the next episode. We'll do the setup now. We need a few more things. We need the tanks. Obsidian. So a couple of these, couple of those, couple of those, couple of those. Maybe I should spend some time between this episode and the next first making more light. But I want to make that is it 1, 3 or 4? I can't remember. It's 1 for the lava, 2 for the purifier, and then 1 for crystallizer, so it's 4. Excuse me. Okay, let's send this back. We need to get some redstone controls. And we're going to use a comparator, but I forgot to figure that one out. Maybe we can do that together in the next episode. We're already over time, so we might continue this in the next episode. Okay, so first of all, we're going to need a tank over here. Okay, this one is going to hold lava. Then we're going to have a smelter. Where's the smelter? Did I not make a smelter? Man. All these things. Let me prepare better for the next episode, guys. And let's call it over here. So this was a catch-up episode for the lost episode that we never showed. So we have a nice bubble. This thing is overly powerful. We had armor that it needed to charge. Now we don't have that. So, you know, I don't want to go that other armor route. We'll see what other gadgets I can get. I know there's redstone arsenal. This thing uses power also. Like the bow. This bow can actually have quite a proper explosion thing, but it's been a while since I used this. Flux crystals need destabilized redstone, which is also made in a magma crucible. Now that we have that, we might actually have possibility to have that. We can actually get it from this as well. And that's 250. That's 100. So this actually has more than a normal single redstone. Oh, that's actually cool. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go these tools route. I don't particularly like them. I like the Tinker's Construct tools. Maybe we should do something different for a change. I'll look into weapons. Or if another button. Or if Flux. What's this? We might actually make that draw from actual additions, because that uses power. And I saw it uses where's that? Where did I see this? Works like a pickaxe and a shovel. So that's kind of cool. So you only need one tool. We don't have to switch to shovel every time. But in any case, so enough ramblings. It's time for bed. Thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Sorry for all the rambling in this episode. Hopefully in the next one we can build some stuff and have fun again. So thanks once again. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers!